Hello everybody, I'm going to go over the social aspect of the SPICE chart today. So essentially what we're looking for and what you all will be researching in your groups today is the social aspects of your civilization. But this is a smaller part of a whole acronym. Okay, the acronym is SPICE, and what SPICE is, it's a way to study a civilization from history or in the present. And it gives you different categories to look at. So S stands for social, P stands for political, 3 is the interaction with the environment, 4 is cultural, and 5 is economic. So let's go over what a social aspect would be. A social aspect includes many different categories, but these should be primarily what you're looking for in your research today. You should be looking for something that would describe class structure. So is there a lower, middle, and upper class? Is it just an upper class and a lower class? How exactly is it set up? Okay, are people broken up, divided by how much, by income, or is everyone equal? What is the overall class structure of the civilization or country? Social mobility. So that's the opportunity to change social classes, particularly upward. What I mean by that is, if you were born in the lower class, do you have the opportunity to move up to the middle and upper classes, or are you confined to the lower class for the rest of your life? Are you stuck there? So if you think about in America, which I'll get into a little bit in the next slide, if you're in the lower class, you get straight A's in school, go to college, maybe become a lawyer, you can move up social classes. All right, gender roles and kinship. All right, so basically what you're looking at here is, depending on your gender, male or female, does that determine what exactly your role is in society? Okay, so especially when you're looking at history, you'll see many examples of this. Urbanization. Are there large cities? Are the cities getting bigger? Are there cities getting smaller? What is that like in a particular country or civilization? Racial and ethnic constructs. So are there people from different parts of the world within this place? Are there different races of people? Is everyone the same race or the same ethnicity? And how do they interact with one another? I'll give you an example of what we could look at here in a second. Freedoms and rights. Does the government allow their people to have free speech? Is their speech restricted? Is there freedom of the press, meaning like can there be a media like CNN, etc.? Okay, so here's some examples. Gender roles. If you look at 1955 America, here is an example of gender roles. Essentially, if you see, this is the Good Wife's Guide. It shows some roles that were expected of females in the 1950s in America. So you can see the first one, it says, have dinner ready, plan ahead, even the night before, to have a delicious meal ready. Second one, prepare yourself, take 15 minutes to rest so you'll be refreshed when he arrives. This sets gender roles, and they were clearly evident in the 1950s in America. As you could see now, they are getting away from many of these gender roles, but it is silly to look at that was the way society really was. All right, here's another one, social mobility. As I said before, if you've ever heard America called the land of opportunity, that's because we have social mobility in this country. If you're born poor, you could become rich. If you're born rich, you could become poor. Nothing is set in stone. So you can move up and down the social classes. Here's another one, racial and ethnic constructs. Any of you guys have ever heard of apartheid in South Africa? The racial and ethnic construct of South Africa during apartheid, which was in the late 1900s, people were actually divided, not just with rights and freedoms, but they were divided where they could even live in the country of South Africa based off their race. So people were separated based off their race. That would be a racial or ethnic construct. Or you could even look at America today, right? We have groups like Black Lives Matter, which are fighting for equality of all people. However, if, this would be an example of racial and ethnic constructs because it shows that obviously in America there is not pure equality among races because there's groups that are standing up and fighting for that freedom. So that would be an example of something you could say if you were doing America, okay? So what you're going to do in your groups now is research your civilization or country, and what you'll do is look for examples of these social constructs. So if you look back at the list I had here, find research on the class structure, the social mobility. Is that there? Gender roles, okay, right? Is there roles for men and women? Can they both do the same thing? Is there evidence of urbanization? Any of these, okay? You're going to get 5 of these as a group and put that in your group report. All right, guys, thank you for listening, and good luck on your assignment today.